Hey, what up? All right. Man, look at SPY. Oh, I gotta fix this. Let me fix it in real time. Let me fix it in real time. Fix it in real time. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, this was today, and that's yesterday. Or Friday, right? Just so crazy. We took puts from about here. We added here and then we sold here. I want to say, was it like 38, 40%? A couple members had 50%. Um, anyway, so looking at the macro, all right, the daily, let's take a look at that. Let's just look at the pattern that's presenting itself. Um, Still low volume. See this volume? It just seems to get lower. But if price holds on low volume, that's actually bullish, right? Or it's bearish. It is good for the direction that it's in. Okay. So if we are flushing on lower and we stay on lower volume, you'll probably keep going. So you need the high volume to come in and confirm up or down. Um, yeah, this was crazy right here to have that high volume doji. I remember I went over that. So let's take a look at other times we double topped. Okay. So let's look at here. Okay, little double top. Let's see if there's some others. Maybe here. Look at that double top. Another little double top. Went up, down before it pushed up. This double top actually like kind of worked, right? We haven't been above it. So what you don't want is this. You don't want to push higher, go under, and then lose it. Okay? So I'm talking about this. It's usually pop before the drop. Okay? And then, we bear flag under. So you don't want that to happen. Let's take a look at 65-minute, other time frames. It's just waiting for data. PPI, CPI, and then OPEX is Friday. You want to give the market some room to breathe and digest this information. And so far, we have a lot of data that has to be digested. So this is our upper trend line, I guess. You could do this because peaking out once doesn't mean anything. It has to be sustained or retest, right? It could peak out and come back in. There's no problem with that. So then we have here, it's not really a wedge, it's more of a channel. Like, let me get the channel there to there and then here, right? So that could be it, or could be this, right? Boom, boom. Yeah, we peaked up. So I'll leave this here. I'll extend it. If we break under, though, we're going to see here. That was a pre-market level, but you could say that. Probably this one. Just drawing some levels. Some levels. Yeah, I would say this. All right, so let's take this off. Whatever most recently happened is most important, and that's that. As far as AMC and GameStop, there's not a lot of TA. You get on for the ride and hope for the best. So the last 65-minute doji Let's check out volume, probably really high. Yeah, high all day. So if you hold $5, you're going to be good for continuation. Um, I pointed this out in voice. I was just like, hey, we're making a broadening wedge flag thing off of this like $3.20 spot. See right here how on Wednesday we kind of like lost it, right? We lost it, SR flip. Barely poked out there, never really got above. Once above, we have to hold this spot, which we did. So a lot of members did well getting into that. That was pretty cool to see. Um, GME, it's just flagging. See if there's like a new pattern. Not really. So this doesn't really go off technicals and patterns. It can. Maybe you look at fibs just from, I would have to get fibs from whatever the low is. I guess there, right? Yeah, it's going to be tough to see. So what's lower right there? Let's say that's the low, that's the high. So it's above this first fib, this is 0.236. If we were saying 30 to 33 all day long, needed to hold. So if we hold 32, we're just going to continue up. Um, yeah, it's going to be, you want that measured move up. 24 to 34, right? I mean, it's $10. I don't see why you don't get 44. That's like one fib extension up. Um, but yeah, you just go along for the ride. That's not a technical play. You're not like in GME because of technicals. So Apple looks pretty good here as well on the, I want to say weekly, it's in a flag. So we flagged here on the weekly, right on the 183, pumped up. It pumped all day. So the next spot we need to hold over 187, get 189, look into 190s. From there, you have all-time highs. But this is the last spot we lost. Let me see if I can move this up a little bit. Right there. Right there. That's what you want to hold. Um, that's the next like resistance. But you got out of this like flag. Microsoft has been moving as well. Kind of looks like Apple, right? That little like dip thing. Is that a diamond top? Okay, so it's been a nice mover. Yeah, over this gray box. I like it. See how we SR flipped, lost it, finally got it. Was up for 4 weeks, lost it. Now we're back, right? This 421 is probably going to be a nice short. It could start to short here. If it loses 416, I would short that back down to 400. Um, go to Tesla. Tesla is flagging. It got out of this wedge. Got out of this wedge, and now it's making another flag. See if it gets over 7.3. It has to hold 70 to 7.250. Has to hold this spot. This is the last level it lost before it went down, right? See how we went here and then we went down? So we need to hold this spot. We popped over it and we're kind of right under it and above it to have continuation, or it's going to get shorted back to 167. And the last low it had was like 161. So you have to start to take out these levels to the upside. We double topped right with the high of day from Wednesday the 8th and opening price, which was high of day from the 9th. Okay, we never got above that. So you want 175, you want to get over 176. So let me put a little mark at 176. Has to get over that. Or it's going to be, down. Let me put one here. 170, I'll look to short it. That's still not the trigger for me. I still need it to get under here. Okay, there's SPY on that layout. Let me look at SPY over here on the blue lines. Yeah, way too many lines there. That's the weekly. It is in a rising wedge, but rising wedges don't mean anything unless they break down. So you have this forming, as I showed you on the other chart, it's more of like a channel. This can just keep going up and up and up. That's what happened here. Look, rising wedge, dip ripped. Didn't mean anything. So, we have to get under 520 close. And if you look at the daily, we just had two. It was really, most of today's candle was within yesterday's or Friday's. So we try to get above it. To me, disregard the candle body, right? We stayed up here long enough to make it a candle body. So what? That doesn't really mean much because we didn't break out either way. This was Friday. This was today. So, do we go here and back down? Let's look at that channel. And if you draw a line like from here, we kind of broke it, right? But I don't know. So we probably just go like that again. It's probably going to be short the pop. We have to get over this blue line, 523, to kind of have a pop. Is that going to happen with PPI, CPI, all that, OPEX week? It could. It definitely could. But anything can scare off traders and investors and make them wait and make them just say, hey, I'm not going to buy. Everybody sells at once. So anyway, I think that's it for now. Let me check out chips. NVIDIA, AMD. All right, so if you go from here, we might get a reaction here. That would put us to Thursday, though. We could go like this, chop. Under 880, I'm shorting, without a doubt. But 880 to 920 is like we've been chopping there. Yes, we had to move up, but it's just been nothing sustained. This broke out, this falling wedge we were looking at, but it didn't get to the top of the wedge. So I have alerts, and I'm waiting for 910, and all right. AMD, still pretty weak. Once again today, we did push, but we did what we've been doing. So we're waiting for that. Maybe this, I don't know, has not really presented a lot of trades in my opinion. Maybe I'm missing it. Let's look at some random tickers we haven't looked at in a while. Disney, just bear flagging off after the gap down. Yeah, set your alerts. 104, above 106 maybe, but it needs really like 108 to kind of get some traction up, or it's gonna fade back down. Probably fill this gap to 99. It's only $6, so let's look at Roku, our old friend. Still under the 200 EMA. I'm not touching it under the 200 EMA unless it's short. See how ARC looks with Roku and Tesla, just chopping away. Just this bear flag kind of broke down, I would say. Yeah, I would say that broke down. Now it's retesting it, see if it gets back in or if it rejects. Not a lot to trade there. What about Ford? Nothing much. Has to get over the 200 EMA. Every time it gets under, it gets back up, chops. So there's not a lot to trade there. Dell? What about Dell? Okay, possible triple top. It's above the 200 EMA. Every time it's gone to the 200, it's popped up. Let's go to the daily. It's quite a ways from the 200 EMA as well, so the risk reward isn't great in terms of longs. I don't really see much there. INTC, haven't looked at that in a while. This looks like a buy the dip. Come back to the 200 EMA. See if we can find some sort of pattern. I don't see much on the daily. Weekly, if you want to buy this support, 29.80, even 30, is your stop loss. Probably comes back to the 200. Don't know when. Go back to the daily. Yeah, it would have to get over 31.50, and then from there you have 35 back to 40. So not too bad of a setup there. Visa. I haven't looked at Visa in a while. Little falling wedge. Get rid of the drawings. I don't see anything going on there. It's above the 200 AMA, but weekly trying to pop above. Look at double bottom right here on the 269 area, 268. Still far away from the 200 EMA. Let's look at Bank of America climbing. If it can get over here, we're going to see this next swing high, 44. So let's see if we can get over 38.50. Not too bad of a setup there. And I think that's it, guys. See what happens with SPY tomorrow. Should I look at Qs? Another little channel. Much cleaner channel than SPY. We'll see what happens with this. All right, well, love you guys.